So, you're welcome to this channel. JAPA is not a scam. Really, if you're willing to come to New Zealand, so basically just know that there are processes, there are procedures that you need to, put in place before you can JAPA to New Zealand. And I will give my own real life experience, as a guide for people. And I want to also believe that if it is too good to be true, just know that it is fake. And somebody has asked me some questions, very germane questions. Hi, Pams. I got a work visa in New Zealand. I got a work visa in New Zealand. And the next question I asked is, do you have an interview? That was one. The second question was that, did you do medical? The third question would be that, did you submit any police character or police report? If any of this is missing from the work visa that had been acclaimed to have been given to you, if any of this is missing, then there's most possibility that it is a fake visa. Because if you are coming on a work visa to New Zealand, there is something we call the Accredited Employer Work Visa, AEWV visa, which is like a migrant that is highly skilled in his craft, was able to get a job, and after getting a job offer, he or she was able to apply for that visa. So that visa could have some job offer on the green list. So having visa on the green list, meaning that on the green list, you are able to apply for some jobs. So apply for those jobs on the green list. We have tier one or tier two on the green list. So the tier one is the one that people could get straight to residence from. You can get it directly straight to residence. Maybe when you get a job offer from anywhere in the world and you are on a tier one and you are highly paid for that role, instead of coming in as a skilled migrant, like a work visa, you can apply for the residence directly. So we call it straight to residence in New Zealand. But one good thing that people should note also is the fact that while we are talking about straight to residence, that for some African countries takes time. And I know for a fact that for people that are in South Africa, it might not be that tedious because I've gotten friends that applied in New Zealand for a resident visa from they are South Africans, and it came out as early as possible. But for people like us that came from Nigeria or some places. So for Nigeria, there is something they call national security check. So it is done for Nigerians. So I don't know. There are some other countries that they basically do those national security check for. But for a South African, there is nothing like that. So for them, it was approximately about 1 month to 1 month 2 weeks for my friend that got a job. That we are in the same sector at the time. So for me, when I was applying for my own one, it took longer. It took several months. So maybe about 6, 7 months. So thereabout. So because national security check was the major delay for mine. So imagine you get a job back in Nigeria or Africa, and then you want to apply for a visa. So most employers we advise you to apply for a an accredited employer work visa. And the reason why they are applying, they are asking you to apply for that kind of visa is because that accredited employer work visa comes out faster than resident visa because resident visa we still have to go through a lot of security check. So having that at the back of your mind, it means that you can as well quickly get into the country. And as soon as you get into the country, start applying for your residence visa. So, and generally and overall, most of the reason why people get scammed is because they do not make their research properly. And I'll give a good example because somebody has asked that can someone get a work visa from Nigeria to New Zealand? And the answer to that is yes. And why do we have that? As yes, we have people that came into the country, into New Zealand, as a skilled migrant, and they got their job directly from Nigeria. Physiotherapist, carpenter, engineers, data specialists, maybe data engineer, Power BI developer, etc. Thereabout. In fact, somebody happened to be a stylist, and she got a job from Nigeria. And we got her on the platform. And one of the reasons why she was able to get that job was the fact that she is an expert in her craft. So she has been doing hairstylist for about 14 years, according to her. So, and then not, she's not the type that is, in with her stuff. She was out in the sense that she put her stuff out there. She was able to, put herself out there. She was able to, showcase her talent on internet. And so a company reach out to her from New Zealand. So that is how some company can unpick you if you utilize social media rightly. Again, that is why some company will be able to unpick you if you utilize social media, rightly. Let me talk about one of the key reasons why or how to confirm a fake visa, because a lot of people, one of the ways that you confirm that a work visa is fake is the fact that when the agent tells you that you don't need to have interview to get a visa. I was asking someone today that in Africa or in anywhere in the world that you are, if you want to get a job offer, do you go through interview? And the answer was yes. So if you are going to interview in Africa, well, why would somebody come out boldly tell you you don't need interview to cross the shores of many countries to New Zealand? So definitely there's something fishy about that. Another red, flag is that when the agent tells you that you don't need medicals. I remember how medical delayed me from my visa approval. Applied through a licensed immigration company in New Zealand and did medical at IOM because somebody asked me, where can we do medicals? You definitely should be able to do your medicals at IOM. IOM, I think it's International Organization of Migration or something, international something. So let's check out what does IOM stand for. IOM. So International Organization for Migration. So with them, they do for UK, UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand generally. So it was a general kind of medical that was done, and it was electronic medical. It was sent electronically to Immigration New Zealand. That was what it was supposed to be. So for my own one, it wasn't sent even after I've completed all the medicals in New Zealand. So it wasn't sent, and I I was waiting for a visa the first month, second month, maybe about the third month or so. Then I reached out to the company in New Zealand that what is happening? Because I was told by email that, yeah, the visa has been dropping for those that applied together in my batch, but mine wasn't dropping. So no response still for my own one. And then eventually they call they call New Zealand. They call New Zealand, and then immigration is now told them that, oh, I've not submitted my medicals. Then they come back to me. They came back to me and said, "Oh, what happened? Can you reach out to your medical company? What's happening? They not no medical has been received from immigration New Zealand yet." Then I reach out to immigration IOM in Nigeria. Unfortunately, they didn't send my medical. And that was when it dawned on me that, whoa. So I was just waiting for no reason. And they eventually sent it to immigration New Zealand, but it was after 3 months or so, the medical, I don't know, period has elapsed, so they needed me to go back and redo medical. That the reason why I'm saying this is you must know that it is very, 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 very mandatory. It's mandatory that you have your medical for your visa application. In fact, if you are staying more than 6 months in New Zealand, you should. That's what I guess that's what they have in the platform, that we are staying longer in the country. You must have medical. So if somebody is now selling you a visa without medical, you must know that is a red flag. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. And number three is police character. Police report is very key when you are, getting to, like I've mentioned now, medical interview and police character. So all this must be, must come in part of whatever you need to submit. Yeah, I'm currently speaking with my YouTube YouTube subscribers and people that will be able to watch this live. Hello, everyone. This is Bams, and on this platform, we share, ways and pathways to come into New Zealand, and also we share information and to guide people from, being scammed as it pertains to New Zealand lifestyle and work. So, welcome to this channel as well. And then, basically, all these are some of the questions that do come up, and you must note that if you have any question, please feel free to drop in the chat. Feel free to drop in the comment. Kindly subscribe to this channel, please. Try to share, and we'll take it off from there. Thank you very much.